Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another conspiracy theory. So, in the spirit of Christmas, I found a Christmas conspiracy theory. So yeah, this one involves Coca-Cola and Santa Claus. So basically, the conspiracy theory is: did Coca-Cola invent the modern day Santa Claus that we all know now? So who or what is the modern day Santa Claus? So basically, it's the fat guy with the red suit and the white beard with 10 reindeers, which includes Prancer, Rudolph, and Dasher. Those are the only don't and to be fair, those are the only three I know from off the top of my head. So yeah, and there's like 7 or 8 other reindeers if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So basically, the Coca-Cola and other big businesses invent the modern day Santa Claus. So yeah, basically it's this theory starts off all the way back in 270 common era. So right now, so in right around 270, the year 270 was Saint Nicholas, who is believed to be the Santa Claus, or who Santa Claus is based off, Saint Nicholas. So yeah, basically Saint Nicholas, he was known during his time. He was known for giving gifts to the poor during the later times of the year. So October, November, December, he was known to giving gifts to the poor during that time. So there we get our Santa Claus. Okay, so yeah, that's just some basic information. Now, every Christmas Eve, NORAD, which stands for the North American Aerospace Defense Command, um, they get approximately 7,000 calls from children all around the world to know where Santa Claus is. Obviously Santa Claus is fake, so they're probably gonna give them fake information, would be my guess. Um, so yeah, now Santa Claus really became popular right around World War One, World War Two, um, pretty close to World War One and World War Two. Now for what reasons I can't really, it doesn't really show exactly, but it has something due to the fact that Coca-Cola, and basically they basically give an image to Santa Claus, and that's when right around World War One and World War Two, that's when Santa Claus really became popular, and that's right around the time when Christmas became an official holiday, somewhere around there. Uh, so yeah, also to point out, since World War Two, theoretically, millions of people have claimed to see Santa, which is very unlikely. So yeah, considering he doesn't exist and is dead by Saint Nicholas standards. And they all describe him as having the big red suit with the white beard, which at that time, by World War II, the modern day Santa Claus image had been invented by that point. So yeah, so it's kind of suspicious, and also before that, not many people really. I don't want to say they didn't know about Santa Claus, but they didn't really consider Santa Claus as a figure, as a not political figure or a religious figure, but didn't really consider him as a person not to look up to, but a person of much belief. But after the invention of the modern day Santa Claus, his image, many people, millions, basically believed that he was real and claimed to have seen Santa Claus. Now, scientists have said that since it's very unlikely, the things that could have possibly been seen are asteroids, asteroids or other space debris coming into Earth. So yeah, I mean that's really the best explanation they could usually give. So yeah, yeah. So where was I? I completely lost my spots. So yeah, after all that, so basically it's theoretically impossible since it's all asteroids, and yeah, and also another thing to point out that even though reindeers do exist, it's impossible for them to fly. I mean, they're related to the moose and deer, so it's pretty impossible for them to even fly to begin with. Now there are some, I don't want to say counter arguments, but there are some interesting details relating to Santa Claus. Interesting stories from people from in relation to Santa Claus. One of the most popular ones is that Kate Beringer claims that Santa Claus did exist, but he is dead. That she found him that when she was 9 or 10 years old, she found him in her fireplace, like in her fireplace with a broken neck, basically meaning he is dead. It doesn't really state if she saw the reindeers in a sleigh with a bag full of like of 500 million presents. So yeah, and also for her, if Santa Claus were to have died in her house, I'm pretty sure about let's say half the world would have been really pissed off at Santa Claus. And yeah, now I don't think it doesn't really say an exact year, but really, I mean, really just doesn't make sense. So, some people have stated that that this Santa Claus, is possibly her father. Yet she says it can't be her father because he died working for NORAD years earlier. That he's already dead by that point. So it wouldn't really make sense for her dad to come back from the dead just to die again. That he died during working for NORAD, which keep in mind is the same company who says that where Santa Claus is in the world. So yeah, now NORAD has admitted that they are sponsored by by tons of other companies such as Coca-Cola, Air Canada, Verizon, and Google. So they are sponsored by many people. So yeah, now the Kate Beringer, I believe was his name, right? That Kate Beringer, says that the reason that Santa Claus is still around is one because of popular media, popular culture, pop culture basically, and the media, and also because Christmas, believe it or not, is actually the one December, especially around the Christmas season. It's the one time where consumerism, where stores seem to get the most pay, where they sell the most stuff. So it's just basic consumerism. So that's why they keep on this tradition of Santa Claus being real. Um, so so yeah, that's what she claims. That's really just a tactic for us to keep spending on not Santa, to keep spending presents and to leading us to believe on Santa Claus. Now, I probably said that wrong, but but something pretty close to it. So yeah. Now NORAD, they have admitted that they have captured or found impostor Santas every year. Even though I have no idea what that, I don't really know how you can impostor someone that really doesn't exist, or doesn't exist anymore. So that's just a weird um it's just a weird saying that they have, not that they have, it's not a saying, but it's just a weird statement that they will make, that they have found numerous imposters every year that are are impersonating Santa. That's just a weird statement from them. So yeah, basically how people have put it, that Santa Claus, he did exist, and he did at one point exist, which is Saint Nicholas, but he didn't have any reindeers, and he sure as hell didn't go around the world. Um, popular media, popular media around World War One and World War Two invented the concept of Santa Claus, with Coca-Cola being the leading figure, and they invented the modern day Santa Claus, the one with the white beard, the red hat, and the red suit with the reindeers, which include Rudolph, Prancer, and Dasher, and like 10 other reindeers. They all so yeah, Coca-Cola basically invented the image of Santa Claus, and then other companies such as Verizon, Google, and Air Canada, and NORAD have basically developed the concept of Santa Claus even further, driving it into popular culture and for us to keep doing consumerism. So yeah, I mean, this is a really weird topic in my opinion, because there are also stories around the world, which it's not exactly Santa Claus, I will admit, it's not exactly Santa Claus, but were they on, like, for example, just an example, because it's really hard to describe, but let's say like Christmas Day or Christmas whatever, or yeah, Christmas Day. Also, another thing to point out that some people do think that Santa Claus has magical powers, so there's that too. So, and this statement kind of has to go with the story I'm about to say, or and the example. And basically, many people have stated that sometimes on their bed, especially in their rooms, and children on their bed, um, sometimes they go to their room and they don't see a present in the room, and they usually leave, and then they leave their room for about a couple seconds. They usually just leave their room for a couple seconds, or even do the smallest action, such as turn their head or blink, like blink, and like 2 seconds later or a couple seconds later, it usually doesn't take more than 5 seconds from what I've heard. But about 5 seconds later, they see a present right in front of them, whether it be wrapped or not. They usually find the present 5 seconds, and it's gone from stuff as small as as small as a small box of chocolates or something, to as big as a bicycle. So yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So yeah, and scientists haven't really been able to prove that, cause yeah, and it's not really something you can. I mean, it's really hard to disprove it too when it's something that's all around the world, and the present takes many different shapes and sizes, from a small box to a bike. So yeah, just to give an example, it's really hard to disprove it. So yeah, so basically Santa Claus has been around since 270 Common Era. Yeah. Yeah, CE, or yeah, in Common Era, which is our time. He has been around in 270, but Saint Nicholas, he died in the year 343. So he did live at least 73 years. So he lived 73 years, but after that, it's just up to speculation. So basically, did the Coca-Cola and other big corporations invent Santa Claus? To a certain extent, they did invent the modern day Santa Claus, but Santa Claus, under the name of Saint Nicholas, has always been around. And then the stories of the flying reindeers and Santa Claus dying, and NORAD tracking down Santa Claus and all that, it's just pure speculation, and it's all really hard. It's hard to disprove, and at the same time prove. It's one of those things that kind of falls into a great area, because the reindeers, it's pretty easy to disprove. But other stuff, such as the stories of finding the present right before your eyes within a couple seconds, it's really hard to disprove. So yeah, take it as you will. So yeah, did big corporation invent Santa Claus? To a certain extent, they did. That's basically it for this video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, comic book reviews, and I also do a lot of conspiracy theories for movies, TV shows, politics, music, and religion. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on this theory. What are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.